Welcome to the Matt O'Grady Coaching Podcast. This is where Matt shares all his ideas on how to be happier, more successful, and enjoy life to the fullest. Please go to mattogradycoaching.com and thelivinggratitudebook.com to learn more and receive your free micro-coaching session with Matt. Enjoy part 2 of this episode.
It's really simple, right? It's not too mystical or weird or crazy, right? And I know the resistance might be, well, I don't have the things to be grateful for, or this thing I really want isn't here. Okay, I understand. I've been there, man. You know, we've all been there, right? But don't you have anything that you can be grateful for? Like your breath, like a roof over your head, the technology to listen to this podcast. Don't you have a friend? You know, I know a lot of people don't have family, or even if they do have family, the relationships aren't great. And sometimes spouses and significant others are, you know, some of the toughest relationships we have. But any good relationship you have, any good relationship you've ever had, you know, from 10 years ago, you might have a great relationship. You can be grateful for that now. Can you walk? That's something to be grateful for. Can you see? Can you hear? Can you touch? Can you feel your emotions? Do you have toothpaste, running water? Do you have heat in your home? Do you have a home to go to? These are all things to be grateful for. Do you have a car? And if not, do you have a way to get around? Do you have any money at all? Even if you have 1 cent to your name, you can be grateful for that 1 cent, and that 1 cent will begin to grow. And it's just amazing. It's truly a really, really important part of living a miraculous life is living with an attitude of gratitude. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I could just keep going. So we started off with becoming aware. We moved right into gratitude, and now I'm going to talk about forgiveness, right? You guys know, who've been listening to me a while, it's such an awesome topic, right? People say, oh, man, awesome? Matt, what are you talking about? It's not awesome. It's painful. It's hard. It's this. Well, it can be when we're not used to moving around. When we're not used to so we are I have a neighbor at the front door. So we are in the middle of such a great opportunity when we realize that we can bring miracles into our lives by being a forgiving person, by opening up to letting go of any of the resentments, grudges, debts, reasons to dislike someone or be mad at someone or be hurt by someone, or to ourselves to hold these different pieces against ourselves or others is never going to be helpful to our lives. I understand your reaction in the moment may be whatever it is, but when you become aware, you become awakened to what's going on inside us, you can then let it go. It's really that simple. Holding on to it is a choice that you can unmake simply by saying, I choose to let this go. And in the beginning, it may be difficult. You may be attached to it. It may be consumed by it. It may be really, oh, man, can't believe they did that. Can't believe they said that. Can't believe I did that. I'm such a terrible person. No, you're not. You're really not. You may have done or said something you're not happy about. Someone may have done or said something to you that they're probably not happy about either, and you're definitely not happy about it, right? But it's okay. It can be transformed. We can invite a miracle in, and that miracle is forgiveness. We can, if we have to, we can choose to let it go bit by bit. We can say something like, I forgive this person to the best of my ability in this moment. And you may not even feel a huge shift emotionally in that moment, but at least you're attempting, at least you're directing your attention towards letting it go, towards transforming it. And that's something that can change everything in our lives. Absolutely everything. All we need to do is choose it. Make the decision that I'm going to do this for my life. It doesn't have to be for them. It doesn't have to be for your family. It doesn't have to be for your external self-picture, how people view you or how you view yourself or for God or anything else. Simply because you want to live a better life, you want to live a happier life, right? We can forgive solely for that reason. All right, I did a couple podcasts recently on forgiveness, so if you're interested in that, please go check out those more, because I got 20 or 30 minutes each on, just focused on that. But I'm going to stop there so that I'm sure to get through all 5. Because whenever I do these steps, they end up being part 2s and part 3s, but I'm really aiming at getting to all of them today. So we're going to go. We started off with awareness. We went into gratitude and forgiveness. And now we're gonna focus on 2 really awesome ones. And the first one from here, because I really believe that if you're aware, you're living an attitude of gratitude, and you're focused on letting go of your fear through forgiveness, letting go of your pain and suffering through forgiveness, you're going to experience that much more joy. Now, joy and happiness are attainable any time at all. You could just start to do it. I mean, I was going to drop Patrick off yesterday to his grandparents, and he wasn't in such a great mood. And so I was like, what can I do to potentially help shift this situation? And I decided to just start laughing. I didn't say anything. I just started laughing. There wasn't anything really funny happening, and I wasn't really feeling hysterical in that moment, but I was like, let me try it. Let me see what happens. Well, it was a pretty good thing to do, because I started laughing. I started having a good time, and it took him a little while. It probably took 20, 30 seconds, not that long, obviously, but it took a little while before he cracked a smile, and I just kept laughing in all different ways. Ho, 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 ha, 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 hee, 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 hee. Just being silly, letting the laughter move through me, even though it was completely contrived at first. But then, after just a few seconds, real laughter started to emerge, real happiness started to emerge. I was vibrating, and I already felt pretty damn good, but I was like, let me just take it to the next level. Let me give him a tangible, quote-unquote, experience of what I'm feeling inside. And I brought it out, and within that 30 to 40 seconds, he just starts laughing with me, and we laughed for 5, 8 minutes, something like that, straight, no words, just happy faces, driving along next to the pond. It was beautiful out. Just, talk about divine moments, talk about miracles, talk about beauty, talk about love and joy and gratitude and awareness. Man, I was completely connected to those moments. I mean, I'll remember them for the rest of my life as one of the most beautiful moments I've ever had. And thankfully, I have dozens of those with him, if not every day, at least every week. We have hundreds of just joyful moments together, my son and I. Who do you have those opportunities with? Who could you bring these 5 steps of miracles to? Just by thinking about them and vibrating them and talking about it, just by journaling about it or affirming it or exploring it or just considering whether this might be helpful to your life. It could be, just by that simple act of saying, I'm going to consider whether this is good for my life or not. Let me test it out. Like sometimes we need to be the scientist, right? We need to know, I don't want to play with hocus pocus, or I don't want to do airy fairy, or, any of that stuff. I'm not talking about that here. I'm just talking about being happy and joyful. How can you be happy right now? Who can you think of? What can you plan later? What are some of the happiest moments you've ever experienced, right? And because I've got to run, I got to go meet a good friend for lunch. I got to wrap this up. But the last and the fifth step to living a miraculous life is love, right? We're aware, we're awake, we're in the present moment, we're living an attitude of gratitude, we're a forgiving, loving person, we're feeling our joy and our happiness, right? Why wouldn't we add love to the mix? And there's love in all of the things that I'm talking about today. Some say God is love, source and universe are love. And we're children of that source. We're a child of God or the source of the universe, right? So if that's true, and source is love, then what are we really? At our source, our truest self, our highest self, what are we? We're love, pure, infinite, eternal, unconditional love. And if we're living these steps, you're going to see miracles everywhere. Opportunities for miracles every moment of every day. If you just did these 5 things, I think your life changed miraculously. It can change in a moment. And it could never go back to where it was. You could let go completely of all those old patterns that no longer serve you and just embrace the beauty and power of living a miraculous life. I hope you do. I got to run, but I love you guys. I'm grateful to you guys. I don't have anything to forgive you for, and I'm definitely aware of you, and you make me super happy and super joyful that you like my podcast and that you listen all the time. Thank you so much. Big love, cosmic love, divine love. Talk to you soon. Ciao.
Thank you again for joining us on the Matt O'Grady Coaching Podcast. Until next time, please go to mattogradycoaching.com and thelivingGratitudebook.com to learn more and receive your free micro-coaching session with Matt.